Hey, astronauts, welcome back to the Digital Galaxy Podcast. I'm your pilot, Justin.
And I'm your co pilot, Paul. Buckle up because today in episode 36, we're discussing Facebook considering an Instagram app for kids. The information in this episode comes from Yahoo, MSN, Reuters, and Thorn.org. So, Justin, can you fill the crew in on why Facebook thinks it's a good idea to create an Instagram app for kids?
I can tell you why they think it is, yes. A few months ago, during a congressional hearing on misinformation, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg mentioned that Facebook is currently in the early stages of an Instagram for kids. As you know, currently you must be at least 13 years of age to create an account on Instagram. So, according to Reuters, a Facebook spokesperson had this to say, quote, as every parent knows, kids are already online. We want to improve this situation by delivering experiences that give parents visibility and control over what their kids are doing. End quote.
Yeah, so obviously there's a lot of concern about having children on a platform like Instagram. They can be exposed to just advertisements, spam accounts, and a number of many other issues. Facebook did mention that they won't allow ads for any kids under the age of 13. But I mean, that's still, we'll have to see about that when the app actually comes out.
Well, I guess I'm 12 now. There are definitely some major concerns when involving children on any online platform. A nonprofit organization called Thorn has conducted a study called Responding to Online Threats Minors' Perspectives on Disclosing, Reporting, and Blocking. According to Yahoo News, quote, Thorn found that 16% of children using Instagram had an online sexual interaction on the platform, which was tied with Snapchat with the highest rate among any platform included in its study.
Hmm. Yeah, on top of this study, parents all over the country have already signed a petition to block the tech mogul from creating this app for minors. According to the same Yahoo News article, more than 180,000 signatures were collected by the Juggernaut Project calling for the cancellation of this project. This is one of three major petitions against the new platform that includes two other organizations called Campaign for a Commercial Free Childhood, also known as the CCFC, and Some of Us.
So, parents aren't the only group that are concerned about Instagram for kids. Lawmakers have urged Facebook not to create this platform for fear of the harm it can cause future generations. Facebook Messenger for kids seemed to have failed to protect children, and several lawmakers wrote an official letter to Facebook urging them to drop the project.
Yeah, a joint statement from Senator Edward Markey, Representative Kathy Castor, Senator Richard Blumenthal, and Representative Lori Trahan was released on May 18, 2021. Here is the official statement. Quote, Facebook has a clear record of failing to protect children on its platforms. In response to our recent letter, the company refused to make meaningful commitments about how it will ensure that its proposed Instagram Kids app does not harm young users' mental health and threaten their privacy. When it comes to putting people before profits, Facebook has forfeited the benefit of the doubt, and we strongly urge Facebook to abandon its plans to launch a version of Instagram for kids. End quote.
I mean, it seems like Facebook has a failing record when it comes to protecting children.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We'll see if these efforts curb the plans of Facebook and see if they respond in any way or listen and scrap the plan altogether. Who knows? I mean, for me, when I was a kid, my parents didn't want me to have a Facebook, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want it for the social networking aspect. I wanted to play Farmville, and that was it. Um,
Farmwell is a entry or a gateway drug,
oh yeah, 100%.
if you will.
So I mean, I feel like yeah, sure, kids are gonna nag you, like, Mom, please let me make an Instagram, blah blah blah. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I think parents just need to put their foot down. Like, no, you're not ready yet.
Yeah, and I think their excuse is kind of weak that, like you said, like, sure, they're going to be online anyways, and they say that they're trying to ensure their safety. But again, Facebook's record when it comes to just privacy in general, it's pretty abysmal,
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
it's a nightmare.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see if this app even comes to fruition. I'm sure it might in some sort of fashion, but yeah, we'll see. But in summary, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg shared plans of creating an Instagram for Kids platform for children under 12. Instagram currently requires all users to be 13 years or older, and there has been a lot of resistance from parents, nonprofit organizations, and even government agencies. Historically, Facebook doesn't have a great record protecting children, which has sparked this resistance. The app is in the very early stages of development.
Well, that about wraps it up for this episode. Thank you guys for coming along, and please stick around to hear a message from our sponsor, Anchor.fm. Also, don't forget to follow our channels on Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and iTunes. You can also find this episode in the written form on our website, digitalgalaxypodcast.com. This episode was created by Clearo, a social media app where you are in charge of your data and community. Check it out at clearo.app. Thanks for coming along on our journey, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Digital Galaxy Podcast runs on Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. So let me explain. First of all, it's free. Second, there are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.